It's week 4 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Bills and the Dolphins. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Now a man in for an expanded role in 2023. It's James Cook. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 17 carries, 72 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
To throw, it's Allen. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going. Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. The Bills hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They held them to well under 200 yards of total offense. That's a number you can really focus on, too, because the way offenses run in today's game, they're usually pretty smooth, and they give you a lot of misdirection, a lot of trickery. They were able to hold in there and stuff them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Hey, come on, two.
Now the rookie 3rd-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And he is going to lose yardage here. That was Terrell Bernard navigating his way to the backfield and dropping it for a loss.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Well, they pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, here's Jay Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Deontay Hardy back deep. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I would have a return. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On play action, Allen. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. On play action, Allen. Past the 20. He will have the first down and a bit more. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Well, James Cook and the Buffalo offense returning to work now.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. So after the INT, it's Allen. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Allen going to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Bills. James Cook, 48 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. 2 in the Dolphins offense getting ready to take over once again. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already. And we'll try to sort things out here as they begin with a first down. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Nobody had more speed on offense last season than Miami, and Waddle might be the fastest player on that unit. Led the NFL with over 18 yards per catch and was in the top 10 in yards despite playing with an all-pro in Tyreek Hill.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
James Cook running back out now.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Allen looks to throw on second down, being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage, as he's going to be taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Third down and 6.
Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
Now Hill to return it.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. First down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to pass. Tua. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into air throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Finds his rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Here's Allen to throw it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Allen again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Allen now looks to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Jordan Addison, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown reception. The Bills got a terrific first half from the man on the cover, quarterback Josh Allen. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that crowd.
And now the rookie's free.
Now he's free at the 35.
And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 9.
65 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And runs like that with explosiveness, that's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. a rookie has all of that, that's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
And they'll run here with A-Chain. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Dolphins 14.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start the drive with Cook. He gets away from one. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
35-yard line.
3rd quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he's brought down. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll buy some time right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Bills had 6 to their lead.
Well, no surprise to anyone who watches the NFL there. Remember, Josh Allen, 7 touchdowns on the ground last year, added 1 more in the playoffs. In fact, the active leader in touchdowns by a quarterback with 39 coming into 2023. The big horse rides again.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Tua completing this to Waddle, and they'll get to him right away at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Ed Oliver picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
All right, come on.
Back now in Buffalo. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. Tua wants to throw it on second down. Wilson's got it complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 2nd and 5. Here's Cook again. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Now Allen to the goal Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Another shot from the one on second and goal. Now Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from first and goal? 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Allen going to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. Now a 2nd and 10.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got Wilson, middle of the field.
This Buffalo crowd letting them have it. 3rd down now.
And again, it's Tagovailoa.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Tua.
And his throw is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Here's Tua.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Tua
to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing Tua.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Here's Tua. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. They're on 4th down here. That pass knocked away and incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And they'll indeed take a knee. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Buffalo, that early momentum continues here as they move